Hello, I'm Rebecca Kellogg, intuitive healer and energy mastery guide for divine feminine leaders. We've all grown up in a patriarchal culture where the roles women play in the stories of our culture affect us. Whether you are a stay-at-home mom, an entrepreneur, or a woman working in the corporate sphere. In our stories and our culture, masculine has traditionally been normal and feminine has traditionally been other. This is reinforced in our archetypal stories, where the masculine is heroic and the feminine is passive, a prize, or if she's older, experienced, wise, then she's viewed as possibly problematic, dangerous, jealous. In the fairy tale myths, the princess who is passive is saved by other people, and the witch is usually a problem that needs to be dealt with. In recent years, the princess stories have been evolving, which is good, but we still have a backlog of stories and patterns for us to unpick and evolve and to start to move forward into something more helpful for us, not just as women, but also for our culture. Growing up, hearing stories where your entire sex is stereotyped into roles can stunt growth. It can help you feel like your options are limited. It can help you notice how women, even if it's not on a conscious level, you might notice that women are often put into a double bind, where either of two choices they have to make are going to be problematic and bring judgment for them. Women in stories can also be judged by how they look or by the role they play rather than who they are, and that also plays out in our culture as well, where our worthiness can often be measured in terms of how much we sacrifice for other people instead of our own personal development and accomplishment, or just being inherently worthy as human beings. Sometimes even that can be challenged in our culture. The strands of the archetypal stories of centuries whisper through the threads of our culture, affecting the fabric of what is allowed for women. But beyond that, shaping what we allow for ourselves. In stories, women are judged for being powerful or cut off from their power. In the siren song, the mermaid's voice is warned against because she is dangerous. In the story of the witch, historically the witch must be burned. But is feminine power dangerous because it's feminine? I don't believe so. It's not dangerous, it's different. It's neutral. Like masculine power, it can be used wisely and well. And it can be used from a place of good stewardship to help yourself thrive and to support others to thrive. In our culture today, though, we have a conflict where women embrace masculine power virtues to get ahead often, and when they do that, they end up reliving the myths. They cut themselves off from parts of their power, they cut themselves off from some of their greatest feminine gifts, and they can end up cutting themselves off from their own capacity to hold great transformative strength for both themselves and other people. So what do we do? It's time to reclaim the stories and evolve them. I invite you to think about the siren story. Is the siren story about the danger of the feminine voice serving us, or is it casting suspicion on the wisdom and creative expression of about half the population? If the wild oracle lives in a cave outside of mainstream culture, where's the space we need for feminine wisdom in the places of power within our culture? In the next video, I will share more about my work with the feminine archetypal stories. I'll see you then.